So a few people have commented on the video on the dividend calculation, where it was basically a horrendous, nightmarish Excel formula, that it would actually be quite useful to have a version for that's basically got that all embedded in a macro. So what I've done is I've put that formula inside a VBA macro and created a version of the spreadsheet, which I'll share in the link below, and you can use it, right? So I'll just quickly show you, just to validate that the two tie out. We'll just do a quick demo of the new spreadsheet, and then you guys can help yourselves to the content. I'll also paste the source code for the VBA macro below in the description, in case you're not comfortable downloading the macro enabled Excel from my Google Drive, because you think I might be not very trustworthy or whatever. So yeah, let's get into it. Right, so just a slimmed down version of the first sheet. I'll just tidy this up actually before I put it on the internet. So we've got the same input fields over here. So total income and total dividend, those are the inputs. Then we have two outputs, right? So one of them, the first one is the one we showed on the other video, which is the horrendous formula, which is inline, doesn't require any macros. And then the second column is a little function that I've written called dividend tax UK 2023-2024. The reason I've hard coded the tax year is because I decided to hard code all of the bands and the rates as variables inside the VBA. You could clearly create a version of this which parameterizes all of that stuff, or even takes a year as an input and then looks up the various rates for a year. But I just kept it simple. You can obviously play around with the source code if you want, and then just to sort of quickly look at the source code in the VBA editor below for this function. So the function down here is obviously takes above two variables. Here are your hard coded ranges and tax rates and all that kind of stuff. And then these are the components that go into the inline formula that we discussed in the first video. I've sort of broken it down into essentially 7 or 8 terms, and you can sort of start to, if you have a look at the source code, you want to see how the calculation works. You can see that the first 3 are the amount of tax in each band, ignoring the dividend allowance, and then these last parts are making a correction depending on where in that earnings timeline or earnings line the dividend actually lies, right? So I'm not going to explain exactly how that works, but this would be easier to sort of, I guess, to look into and figure out how it works than the actual Excel from the first video. So that's the source code. I'll paste it down below so you can just create your own macros with it. Please like and subscribe, and comment if you liked the video and found it useful. That's all I ask if you want to use the formulas. So just to play around with a few numbers to make sure that these tie out. So what we did in the first video, we picked a random dividend of say £20,000, and we started with various salary levels across the range, and let's just compare the two, make sure that they give the same numbers. 50,000. Okay, let's make that 50. This is not the most entertaining content in the world, but hopefully it's fairly useful. So you can see as we go up the range with the same numbers we tested with last time, the numbers tie out, and now we're in the additional tax range anyway. I'm satisfied that the macro works. I will be using the macro myself from now on. It's now that I've gone through the effort of actually making it, it's much nicer to be able to type that formula into your spreadsheet as if it were a native Excel formula. Hence the beauty of macros. So yes, please like and subscribe and download and enjoy the content. And thanks for watching.